Good morning from Boracay, Philippines, Station 1. Little windy out today. Shooting this one in 4K because somebody complained about the resolution because I was shooting it in HD because it takes up less space. But anyways, what I want to talk about today is moving to the Philippines. I'm getting a lot of people emailing me and commenting about I'm in the US, I'm ready to pull the trigger, how do I do it? You did it, so can you give me some tips? And rather than respond to every email, it's probably better to just make this video. So basically, what I did was I had never been to the Philippines in my life. And what I did was I booked a 30-day trip to the Philippines to give it a shot. I kind of knew I was gonna like it, but I wasn't 100% sure. So I figured if nothing else, I just took a vacation and probably spent $4,000 or something. Since I don't drink and I wasn't doing any, spending any money on any women or any stuff like that. So I figured I would just do that. I came here, I went to Mactan, Newtown, as I've told many times. Stayed there 3 days, almost booked 30 days there. Thank God I didn't. I thought it was boring. I didn't particularly like it. I don't think I'm old enough to live there. Look like a bunch of senior citizens with 20-year-old Filipina babes. But nothing wrong with that, but it wasn't for me. Went to Cebu City. That was better. Grocery store was good. Decent place, but probably not my thing. So came to Makati. Beautiful architecture, high floor, Airbnb, but not good enough, in my opinion, for me. At that point, I wasn't even sure if I would just go back to the US, but I didn't. So ended up in BGC. When I woke up that first morning in BGC, where I currently live, or one of my places that I live, I said, oh, this is it. This is America in the Philippines, which I stand by that. And I love BGC to death. It's a beautiful place if you want to be in America in the Philippines. If you just stay in BGC, never go outside the perimeter, you're basically in America. But anyways, what you need to do is do a 30-day trial run. You get a visa upon arrival. It's relatively easy. I think if you're unvaxxed, you might need to quarantine for 5 days. Not sure how that's working out. I have two. I reluctantly took two kind of late in the game, so I'm vaxxed. Anyways, I don't think they ask about the booster anymore. You need to come over for 30 days. You need to move around. You don't want to stay in one place. You want to go to Cebu, go to Manila, come to Boracay, Palawan, whatever you're thinking. Then from there, you need to really be realistic. What is your budget handle? What can you afford? Can you really move here right now? My advice is don't get involved with a girl. If you do get into that, because that's what you're going to get. If you get online, you're going to get barraged with people. It doesn't matter how old you are, what you look like, any of that. You're going to get a barrage of women, and you will just end up moving to her location because she wants to be by her family. It's going to make sense. You're new out here. It's going to dictate your location. So what I would do is I would stay single like I did and pick where you like and fall in love with the Philippines before you fall in love with a Filipina. Just my personal advice. You might not be into that. You may fall in love. These girls will latch on quickly to you, tell you that they love you, and they may. I mean, they're nothing better than a good Filipina, so you're not doing anything wrong by doing that. But me personally, I wanted to find the paradise of Boracay before I ended up just, living in Bohol or Leyte or wherever my girl was at, or, Negros or Duma or whatever. So that's what I did. And what it comes down to is come here. It's not for everybody. It's extremely humid. If you're not in a major area like a BGC or a Boracay or a Cebu or a Davao or something, the food may leave something to be desired. I find it amazing, but again, I'm not like living in the province where you're probably just gonna cook at home, and I'm sure it's fine. But yeah, I mean, it's not for everybody. There's brownouts, there's the postal service is kind of hit or miss. Service is slow, you're gonna wait in line, you're gonna have to be patient. You wanna be, you can't be a big shot American and, talk to the manager and all that. That's out. You're not home. You're in this beautiful paradise now. but you need to adjust accordingly. So that's what it comes down to as far as that goes. I would do that, do the 30-day trial run, and just kind of take it from there. You may go home and say, hey, that was great, I want to do that again. Or you might be like me and quickly want to pack your bags. What I did is I rented a place 10 days in, and then I didn't have to keep spending on Airbnbs. And then I went home, put my vehicle and all my stuff into storage, and now I'm gonna go back and empty out that storage unit and get rid of everything, because I've made my final decision. And that's probably the best thing to do, is do a 30-day trial run, and then if that 30-day trial run is successful, then go home and put all your stuff in storage. Then do a 1-year trial run where you can put your vehicle and your belongings in storage in case it's not right for you in that 1 year. I'm gonna probably pull the trigger on that 1 year, because I'm sure now, like 5 months in or whatever, but you may not be. You might wanna give it a full year. I prepaid a storage unit at $154, so like almost $2,000. And if I go back in May or June or whatever, I can get back $900. So I can damn near pay for my plane ticket one of the ways, or see if I can find a deal on a plane ticket. So I'm gonna do that, in about 3 months from now, because that'll stop me from needing an exit clearance, because after 6 months you need an exit clearance, even though I believe you can do it at Terminal 3 now and they do it quickly. But before it was a bit of a hassle. So I'm gonna go visit my dad and my sister, and I'm gonna pull the plug in May or June. So basically that's what it comes down to, is do a 30-day trial run. If it's agreeable, do what I did, go put your shit in storage and give it a year. Give it a year trial run. I mean, if you're sure, then don't, just go ahead and pull the trigger completely and you sell all your shit. But you don't really need to do that. You can do what I did if you don't mind taking the flights. If you're totally sure and you don't want to take those flights, or you're an older guy and the flights are going to take a lot out of you, I get it. Then just go ahead and pull the trigger completely, sell your car, sell all your stuff, and come on over. For me, I think I did a smart thing, because I could have came here and 3-4 months in gone, you know what, this just ain't for me, I can't handle it, whatever. You don't really know. And you also need to pick where you're gonna live. I finally picked where I'm gonna live, or I guess I'm living between BGC and Boracay, but Boracay feels like home for the next 30 years. BGC, I don't know, I'm there until October, that's all I know on that. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's what you want to do. 30-day trial run, see if you can tolerate it. You probably fall in love with it. Then put your stuff in storage for a year if you got the finances to do it. Then if that year's agreeable, pull the trigger. If not, you can come back at the end of that year and you still have a car, you still have your couch, you still have your big TVs, you still have everything, so you can resume your life. You may want to go back and work a couple more years. My guess is you're going to love it and you're never going to go back. But who knows? I could have been out here and been miserable right now and been like, oh man, I'm so glad I still got my car and still got my TV and my leather couch and all that. So it's good to just be cautious with that if you have the finances to do it. If you don't, shit, sell all your stuff and just come over here, especially if it's like a thing where you can only afford to live here. So I would just play it that way. That's how I played it. I'm getting tons of messages about that, emails about that, comments about that. So that's how I would do it. That's probably the smart way to do it. If you have the money to do it, it'll only cost you a few grand. If nothing else, you just took an amazing vacation to a place that you'll probably want to return to, and you just take it from there. Also, you can always dip over to Thailand for a week and just make sure that's not your paradise. For me personally, the Philippines is it, but a lot of guys choose Thailand. It's a little bit more popular, or weed smokers or guys that are into that type of thing, or like I said, it's more of a different vibe there. But yeah, there is people that's a better fit for. So you could always try a week over there. You could do 3 weeks here and a week there. You can go anywhere you want. You can go to Bali, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, whatever. But yeah, I'm just speaking on the Philippines and what I did and what I would suggest you do if you have the finances to afford the storage unit, and you have the finances to take a, I would say, minimum $4,000 vacation if you're extremely frugal, because airfare is up. You're going to need accommodations, food, you may drink alcohol, you may meet a young lady. Got a little boxing training going on here. But yeah, so at the end of the day, that's what I did. And that's my advice to anyone that is really, really considering making the move to the Philippines. All right, that's it for this one. Let me know what you think in the comments.